love it. Two guys standing up in the back so no one else can see the standing. Oh, we love it. Thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you all had a great PAX so far. We have such a strong turnout here. I've been told there's over 10 million people watching on Twitch right now. And that's great. Does everyone here, before we start, does everyone here know who Ace Watkins is? Great. Does anyone not know what's happening? Great. A few enthusiastic people who don't know. I love that. For those of you who don't know, the one or two of you, Ace Watkins is the only gamer running for president of these United States. You know, Donald Trump, he wanted to run America like a business, and that failed. So we're going to run America like a video game, and we're going to 100% complete it. My name is Jeremy Kaplowitz. I am Ace Watkins' campaign manager. So without further ado, I want to announce the next president of the United States. Please give it up for Mr. Ace Watkins.
Thank you so much, Boston. Thank you for welcoming me and my campaign team to PAX East. You know, we've been all over this country, but this is one of the very most important gamer caucuses. Now, we're going to talk a lot about the issues today, but first, I want to acknowledge and take a moment to see where this campaign has come. We've been fast traveling all over this country, accepting side quests, and they've been a lot of fun, but this is a presidential campaign. And as any gamer can tell you, you cannot complete a campaign unless you focus on the story missions. And that's why we're here in Massachusetts just before Super Tuesday. You know, last night we were at BU, doing voter outreach. And BU has a special place in my heart because BU reminds me of the Wii U. Can we get some F's in the chat for the Wii U, please? Now we're here at PAX East. PAX, of course, stands for Penny Arcade Expo, and Penny Arcade is a webcomic, but the origin of Penny Arcade is from turn-of-the-century entertainment parlors, where you could put a penny in and play an early, non-electronic video game, also known as a game. Just the thought of such a place fills my heart with gamer American pride. In fact, it overfills my heart meter. My health is at 120% right now. However, that health will not regenerate out of combat for 3 to 4 seconds, so please do not hit me. Thinking of a penny arcade. You know, Abraham Lincoln, I'm sure if he had known a coin with his face on it would be used to power a game of mechanical pinball, he would certainly smile and say, GG. Also, he would still be alive today. But we also chose Massachusetts for a specific reason, and we chose Boston for another specific reason, and that's because it is filled with gamer American historic moments. The Boston Tea Party. What was the Boston Tea Party, if not the very first rage quit? What was the midnight ride of Paul Revere, if not the very first speed run? And let us not forget the many brave Bostonians who laid down their lives right here in Boston in Fallout 4. So we're here to celebrate that shared gamer American heritage, and I learned that even more recently and even more specifically, we've talked about Massachusetts, we've talked about Boston, but in this convention center, I learned that Mitt Romney conceded in 2012 to Barack Obama. And this is true. I just touched his glowing blood stain. And I got all of his gold and EXP points. Plus, it displayed a message that said, "Watch out for Ohio voters." Can we get some Fs in the chat for Senator Mitt Romney? I'm proud to be the first person to ever say that sentence.
F.
Now, like I said, we're going to discuss a lot of issues today. I want to give it back to my campaign manager, Jeremy Kaplowitz, for a little bit. Please give him a very warm hand.
Thank you. I'm going to introduce the rest of our staff. Please get up for Kevin Flynn, our campaign strategist and video game strategist. And Ace's sister and head of security, Ash Watkins. While we're waiting for Ash, Kevin, do you want to explain your role on the staff?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the intro, Jeremy. As Jeremy mentioned, I'm a strategist here on the Watkins campaign. My principal experience is in real-time and turn-based strategy. But we've already made great inroads in the political system in America, and I think that we're going to continue that all the way to November.
Thank you. Ash, do you want to explain your role as Ace's sister and head of security?
Yeah, hi, I'm Ash. I'm Ace's sister. I didn't really want to be here, but my mom did say that it's my turn next to be president, so I'm here. Thank you.
Great. Just any amount of enthusiasm would be great.
This is my presidential campaign. This is...
Before we get more into the meat of things, Kevin has prepared a little slideshow on the numbers of the campaign, if you want to give that presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Jeremy, and thank you again, Mr. Watkins, for that brilliant introduction. So this is a presentation that is probably relevant to many of you who are wondering how you can contribute to the Ace Watkins campaign. And first of all, we appreciate your support of Ace Watkins 2020, but we should also disclose to you that all of your PAX badge purchases technically do count as official campaign contributions. That's just some disclosure right at the top. And as just a gentle reminder, make sure to register your unique donor tag on our website before your choice is taken. Some recent examples are The Establishment Killer, also XX Watkins Fan 420XX. Unfortunately, both taken, but maybe yours is still available. Also, your donor tags will be added to the FEC public records, as well as our leaderboards. That's right. We do have leaderboards for our donors. This is a gamified campaign. We want to recognize the enthusiasm of our donors, so make sure to get to the top of our leaderboards as soon as you can. Some quick statistics about our donors so far, in case you're curious. The average contribution to our campaign. Does anybody have any guesses what the average contribution to our campaign is? All good guesses? Actually, $13.37. Not as high as Bernie Sanders, unfortunately, but we're still very proud of it. Most common profession of our donors, any guesses there? That's right, gamer, exactly. Gaming is a profession. It's another thing that we recognize here at the campaign. Percentage of the population of the United States who have donated to the campaign, any guesses there? All good guesses, thank you. Unfortunately, this number is still too small to calculate with most modern computers. But we're hoping that over time it will eventually approach 100%. On the positive side, the percentage of this room that's donated, any guesses there? That's right, exactly. 100%. Everybody in this room has already donated. Thank you for your support. Some more important information you might want to know. First of all, your donations are not tax deductible. I'm sorry, that is just a fact about political donations. Neither are purchases in the Nintendo Switch eShop, sadly. That is something that I learned the hard way recently. Ace Watkins will address this in his first 100 days in office, though. That's right. Thank you. And you know, people hear that and they think, that's not possible. How can you do that? And we actually have a plan. It's simple. Once games are officially classified as art, then eShop donations will count as donations to museums. It's a bold vision for our country.
I just kind of point out real quick, the Twitch chat has given an F to the Nintendo eShop. So.
Oh, yes, okay. Thank you very much.
One down.
One down, one down.
Are in there right now.
59 million.
59 million Fs for the Nintendo Switch
million to
eShop.
go.
Thank you. Also, FEC contribution limits for 2020 are $2,800 per person, but you can still contribute up to the limit by purchasing 100 A Gamer for President t-shirts at our website, right here. That's right. You could look like this. Now, you're probably wondering where your money's going. We want to give transparency to our campaign and our finances, so we prepared some statistics for you there as well. First of all, we had to purchase the Nintendo Switch Lite in turquoise. Not cheap, unfortunately, $199.99. Also, the Mountain Dew Liberty Brew 12-pack. Yes. These are all just expenses within the last month. We bought a 12-pack, but we'll see how long it lasts, Mr. Watkins. A demo PS4 Pro, technically free because one of our campaign interns did steal it from a Target demo kiosk. But we do plan to donate that back as soon as we get back to New Hampshire. Our staff, of course, costs $10,000 a month, not cheap. The staff of Might, even more expensive at $50,000 a month. Of course, it does run on energy crystals, which do have to be replaced regularly. Statue of Liberty body pillow, $79.99, that's right. Mr. Watkins loves our country. He can't be from the Statue of Liberty apart for even a day. This is just various administrative fees. Of course, it's not standardized for American currency, but we'll figure that out next time. Apple Arcade subscription, it's $5 a month after the free trial expires, unless, of course, we cancel it, which we might. And the double-decker campaign cart, which was the most expensive item on the list. Not extremely useful right now, but once Mr. Watkins does announce his running mate, he will be able to switch positions with him on the campaign trail, or her, so that they can more effectively throw banana peels and turtle shells at their opponents. Now a little bit of polling data, just so you understand where we stack up against the other campaigns. This is some national poll data from recently. This is just a real statistic from 538. This is as of February 17th. As you can see, Bernie Sanders is in the lead with 22.7%, Biden and Bloomberg behind him with some others. Mr. Watkins is suspiciously absent from this statistic, which we think is a slight, of course. But this is a national mainstream poll. It doesn't represent what the gamers see in America. So we presented our own graphics, so we have a better understanding of where we are. And so this kind of better outlines what that looks like. And of course, you all understand the metaphor here, but we actually prepared some labels just so you understand a bit more clearly. That's right. I'll just give you a second to take that in. As you can see, we've got Bernie Sanders in first place, much like the national poll. We can't change that. Joe Biden and Bloomberg. Mario's just Mario because, who could compare with him? And of course, we've got Ace Watkins here at the bottom. He's in 8th place, but he's got the power of supporters, which will boost his speed and rocket him to first place. And this penguin, I guess, for all intents and purposes, is, I don't know, Tulsi Gabbard.
We should point out that, of course, Michael Bloomberg is Princess Peach because Princess Peach is a billionaire.
That's true. That is true. Generational wealth. We have to tax them.
Yeah.
Now, and this is maybe again redundant because you're all clearly supporters and donors to the campaign, but let's say that you have a family member that doesn't totally understand the cause, and you have some kitchen table conversations, some single issue voters in your family that you want to convert to the Watkins campaign. So we just prepared a sampling of some of Ace's campaign platforms, ripped straight from his Twitter account, which is, of course, GamerPrez2020, if you do not follow it. So let's just go through some of these issues so you can be prepared if you have one of these conversations. First off, education, a very important issue. Many students, I'm sure in the room in Boston, is one of big student-driven communities. ACE says, our education system is crumbling. The Zelda timeline must be taught in schools. That's right. Teach the controversy. That's what we believe here.
Is there anyone here who was taught the Zelda timeline in schools?
Yeah, show of hands or applause.
One person? That's pathetic.
Exactly. You know, often it's left to teachers in, you know, they do what they can, but we have to teach the controversy. Healthcare, another very important issue. Medicare for all is a hot button topic in many of the debates. What does ACE have to say? Healthcare is one of my top priorities. We need single-player healthcare. It has to be said. Mr. Watkins, you have something else to add about that?
Yeah, if I could just add, we've based our healthcare platform on Grand Theft Auto. Now that may seem unusual, but in Grand Theft Auto, you wake up in the hospital with all your bills paid if you've been severely injured or even if you've died. Now, if you have guns on you, we'll have to take those away, but...
Yes, of course. You heard it here first. Ace Watkins' administration will cure permadeath. Now, next is electability. You know, there's a lot of talk about the character, the integrity of the office of the president, and who is qualified to be elected. What does the personal character of the president mean? What does Ace Watkins have to say about electability? You cannot have a sex scandal if you have never had sex. It is not possible to do opposition research on Ace Watkins. Many can try, many will fail. National security, another big one. There's so many topics that we need to address in this campaign, and ACE has thoughts on all of them. So what does he have to say about this? My N64 is 6 years older than the Department of Homeland Security, and unlike DHS, my N64 still works and is necessary. You're too humble, sir, to let me stand here and take your own applause for your own words. Thank you. The economy, linked to many of the other issues. These issues are all linked together. What does ACE have to say about the economy? Bitcoin. The first presidential candidate to ever say the word Bitcoin. Revolutionary.
And in fact, I'll say it again, Bitcoin.
Incredible. Incredible. You know, Bernie Sanders has thought Bitcoin, but he's never said it.
That's true.
And you can see him in the debates. He'll go, and then he stops.
That's right, that's right. But we're shifting the conversation every day. Income inequality, closely linked to the economy, of course. What does ACE have to say? Billionaires are OP and need to be nerfed. Another bold platform. The environment, climate change, global warming. What does ACE have to say about this? Climate change is drastically reducing our planet's number of playable areas. It's a grim topic. I know you don't want to clap for it necessarily, but ACE puts it in language that people can understand. And finally, bipartisanship. Almost similar to electability, but there's a lot of conversation about working between the aisle and the left and right of the country unifying to make progress. What does ACE think about bipartisanship? Please do not try to inject politics into my campaign. A no-nonsense deal maker. Anyway, that concludes my donor presentation. I hope to see you all on the campaign trail and donate more to Ace Watkins. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We also have a presentation. We have Ash is our head of security, the head of Secret Service, on account of Ash and Ace's mother's rules. So Ash has prepared a security detail presentation. And she's going to go through some of the finer points of how we're going to operate once we're in the White House. If you're ready for that, Ash.
Yeah, I grabbed this one instead of that one for a little bit of pizzazz. Hi, PAX, welcome. This is fucking cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the thing. So Jeremy asked me to do a presentation on the digital security in the age of the gamer president, which is why instead I presented this presentation, the most fuckable hottie beef studs in all of video games. Thank you.
Ash, we talked about this. This is unrelated to our campaign.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to hear a bunch of boring security? Ooh, someone brings guns into somewhere. Boo! Boo! Security! Who wants to hear about the most fuckable hottie beef studs in all video games? This is a democracy, and you have one. Okay, first slide. Leon from Resident Evil 2. Okay, so the reasons why Leon is, on this list is, first of all, objectively hot. You cannot argue with that. Look at those muscles. Look at that face. Look at that lip, the little tremor in the lip. We love that. Also, kind of dumb, right? That is true. This is crazy. So on a website, I read that it should only take like 10 hours to complete Resident Evil 2. Took this guy 22 hours. His fault, not mine. And of course, has a flamethrower. And that is hot. That is hot. Amazing. Next on the list, we got Kratos, God of War. Yeah, powerful Kratos. We love Kratos because there's like a danger element, right? Danger is kind of hot. Hot because scary. There's something exciting about that. We all know. Also powerful, super powerful. Also very important. He's a dad. Dads are hot. Dads are objectively hot. Can you think of one dad who is not hot?
George H.W. Bush.
He doesn't have a son.
Do you know anything
Joel
about...
from The Last of Us. Woo! Joel, he's a protector. We like that. He's also very powerful, kind of brooding. That's kind of a little sexy. And of course, also a dad. Yeah, he's a dad. He's a dad of a deceased child, and he's also the dad. He's kind of like a surrogate dad. And like we said, dad's objectively hot. Can you name? Don't you guys not involved? This is mine. Who can name someone a hot dad? Bowser. You said Bowser. You think Bowser's not hot? You're wrong. Are you kidding me? Okay, this will be addressed later in the presentation. You are wrong. This is an objective list. Okay, next slide. Oh, wait. Also, this is a picture from the new Last of Us 2 coming out. He's getting hotter with age. He's getting hotter with age. That's nuts. Tom Nook, Animal Crossing. We love Tom Nook. We love him because, you know what? You know what's hot? Business savvy. He's business savvy. Yeah. What? His eye. Look at those eyes. I got stuck 2 hours earlier staring into his eyes. I almost didn't make it here, and that's exclusively the reason why. Not for any other reason, like I was meeting up with some hot players in the audience. Okay, so business savvy. Okay, who here, I have a question. Who here has watched the HBO series Succession? We have a few. So for the rest of you, this is not relevant, but you still have to listen. Tom Nook is hot because he's got real Kendall Roy energy. He's like kind of a little like rich weirdo freak, but that's kind of a turn on, right?
It's not a video game.
Super turn on. I don't know what you said, Jeremy. Okay. And also ethnically ambiguous. And that is a hot term in Hollywood these days.
Ash, we gotta do the security thing. This is ridiculous. We have to either do the security thing or move on.
Fine, I'll do the security thing. Okay,
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Oh wait, also look at that. Can you imagine waking up to that every day?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll fucking
Okay,
do the
security,
I'll do
please.
the security thing.
Security.
Fine, whatever.
What if someone tries to get into the White House?
Then we greet them and give them a kiss. Okay.
You're the head of security for a presidential.
Fine, I'm
you don't.
doing it. Okay, the Secret Service is
Thank
one of the country's
you.
oldest federal investigative agencies.
This
founded
is
in
interesting.
1865.
This is
I know
fun.
To stop counterfeits, there's approximately 3,200 special agents and
Fascinating.
additional 1,300 uniformed officers.
I
This
see
is
someone
so
taking
boring.
notes.
Very
Next
interesting.
slide, Dr. Eggman from Sonic the Hedgehog. And he's so hot. He's so hot. Why is he hot? I'll tell you why he's hot. Interesting body type. And that's all I have to say about that. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot. I love him. Okay, so he's super hot because he's got this like real like blue collar working class vibe, like a real like Bruce Springsteen, and we like that. Okay, cool. Bowser. Bowser from the set. You're so wrong. You are so wrong. I can't get over. So wrong. Bowser's hot because he's the most punk rock character. He's got this like, yeah, kind of intense exterior. I like Bowser for that reason. Also, other thing, like, okay, here's the, I'll concede on this one point. I will concede. He has this super hard exterior, but you know deep down he's probably like kind of vanilla in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of like you can maybe convince him on a good day to do something weird, like he tie you up maybe
Okay.
if you're lucky.
Okay.
Maybe, but like generally he's doing.
Bowser's one of our
Okay.
top donors.
That's why I'm talking about him. And also he is a dad. He's a dad. Okay. Oh, and he looks good in a wedding suit. Otherwise known as a tuxedo. This thing from the Nokia phone.
We asked you to do a presentation on digital security, and you came up with saying you want to bang the Nokia snake.
Ace, he's shaped like a penis. It's very Freudian. Nokia. Well, we got
Maybe
Nokia,
this guy should do the presentation.
We got Nokia
Yeah.
as a business entity in the audience right now. Yep. And let's see who else. Master Chief from Halo. Master Chief, he's great. He's hot because he's a man of mystery. He could even be me. He could
No,
be
he's
you.
good at
It
security.
very clearly cannot be you.
He's good at security. He could be me. You don't know that.
You would probably know if it was you.
I think you would know.
I would know. They wouldn't know. Could be a daddy. Next one, very important one. Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Okay.
Okay,
Ash.
here's the thing. Okay,
Okay.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yes, I will address this. Yes, he is a convicted rapist.
It's in the slide?
Why would you put that on a slide?
But here's
it's
the thing.
on the
Here's the
screen.
thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
We're down to
Wait,
just 40 million viewers now.
And those are the viewers who matter. Here's the thing. We said before, danger, hot. And you know what? Yeah, you could boo, boo, boo. Whatever. You know what? You're not coming to my
Ash.
after party. I don't care.
This
Here's
is
the
a
thing, though.
presidential campaign.
And I'm getting constituents. Okay, and here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. This is a convention. This is a nerd convention. You can't kink shame me here. That's like against the rules. It's against the rules. I will now field questions from the audience.
We have a
That's-
Q&A
we have
later.
Q&A.
I'm gonna field my own questions. Anyway, we have a question over there. I heard fuck, marry, kill Mario, Luigi, Yoshi. Oh yeah, great question. Thank you. Okay, so that's pretty easy. We've got fuck Mario, marry.
You clearly kill Yoshi
Luigi.
to get onto a higher platform, Ash.
Right.
This is an easy question.
That happens in the gameplay.
Oh no! Wait! You fuck Yoshi because he's got a long tongue to go up
Okay.
your asshole.
All right. Let's give it up for Ash Watkins,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you, Ash. Okay. So you've heard a bit about the lore of PAX. You've heard my campaign manager speak. You've heard one of my top analysts speak, and also Ash talked. Now allow me to tell you a little bit about my single-player campaign, also known as my life story. I spawned in a log cabin on January 1st, 1900. A birthday I share with countless internet users who want to purchase games rated M for mature. The Steam generation. I spent my youth, like many of my peers at the time, slaying low-level monsters in procedurally generated caves to gather enough loot to provide for myself and for my family. Eventually, it became time for me to reclass, as we all must when we reach a certain level. I remember my parents asked me, they said, "Do you want to be a teacher, a pilot, a wizard, a berserker?" All good options, but I knew I wanted to be the president, because president has the best perks of any class. Plus, I took a peek at a walkthrough, and it said the later levels of life are very easy if you choose president. But I didn't want to be just any president. I knew I wanted to represent the most neglected and downtrodden, yet soulful and resilient group of people on the planet. I'm talking, of course, about you, about gamers. Now, when I say gamers, you might be thinking people who play video games. And when I say video games, you might be thinking Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Sega, Neo Geo, TurboGrafx 16, ColecoVision, Magnavox, Intellivision, Jaguar, Atari. And of course, I mean all of those things. I think about every one of those names every time I say the words video games. It's exhausting. But to define a gamer by just those terms would be obtuse, because all games were created equal. Tabletop games, video games, and yes, even mobile. Thank you. This is a great show of unity here. You know, games have existed long before videos. And gamers have existed as long as humankind itself. And that is the central message of my campaign. We are all gamers. Even if you've never picked up a controller, never sat down to play a board game, or never gotten behind the wheel of a car to play a game of soccer. That's Rocket League. Even if you consider yourself a totally ordinary person who just eats, sleeps, and goes to work, at the very least, you're technically playing The Sims. You know, Americans are constantly arguing if we need to go left or right, but we also need to go up, up, down, down, BA, and then press select and start simultaneously. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do to make sure that gamers have a shot at the American dream? Let's talk a little bit about the issues. As I've crossed this country, meeting gamers of all stripes, there is one thing that I have been unable to do, and that is play Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts on my Nintendo Switch, even though Banjo-Kazooie was born at Nintendo. That is an example of how broken our immigration system has become. A hard-working barren bird. We're deported from Nintendo and forced to live in the oppressive confines of Microsoft until returning to their platform of origin via Smash Pass as a DLC fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and they were the lucky ones. Because I don't know if you can believe these statistics. My team crunched the numbers. Only 5 Smash Passes were issued in 2019. I ask you, what happened to the American dream? I've already worked with the creators of Super Smash Bros., and they have guaranteed us that that number will increase by 20% in 2020. That's right, there will be 6 Smash Passes in 2020. And that is without the powers of the presidency. With the powers of the presidency, I guarantee you will be able to play Banjo-Kazooie on whichever platform you wish. Yes, even mobile. Turning to climate change, we need to accept the reality. Scientists are telling us that by the year 2030, just 10 years from now, all Mario levels and all Zelda dungeons will be underwater. This is an international catastrophe. We know how annoying water levels are. Show of hands. How many people in the audience stopped playing Sonic the Hedgehog because of the water levels? Look around you. Look around. We all know how scary that Sonic drowning music can be, but I'm afraid in real life there will be no music to warn us that it's too late to stop climate change. We have to improve our foreign policy, especially when it comes to trade. Trade is so important when you're dealing with Graveler, Kadabra, or any other Pokemon that evolves when traded. But we need to be making fair trades. If Germany gives us a Vulpix, we need to give them an Ekans because those are exclusive to our regions. We have different versions, and that way we can both complete our Pokedexes. Now, this doesn't mean I agree with all trade. For years, the American worker was giving away legendaries for non-exclusives like Sandslash. That being said, we need to not give up access to Machamp. Now look, I know I'm losing some of you because I'm getting into the weeds on foreign policy right now. There's a lot of details about foreign policy. We need to keep our word in foreign policy. So Donald Trump traded a Magikarp for a Haunter. And when he traded the Magikarp for the Haunter, he didn't trade back after it evolved into a Gengar. It's unacceptable. It's unconscionable. And not only that, he claims he trained that Gengar from a Ghastly, despite the fact that China's trainer ID is right there. As president, I will reverse this action immediately and throw in my own Pikachu on a surfboard to repair relations. We need to focus on, it's very important to campaign finance for immigration. Is somebody pressing A to skip through my speech? Please stop that. Or when I get to the end and say, did you get all that? You might accidentally say no, and then I'll have to start over. But at the end of the day, I believe we need a gamer in the White House because gamers are the best of us. Who better to lead this country than those who have been the main character? Who better to manage the nuclear codes than those who know passwords to 4 different game stores and have never been hacked? Who better to lead the economy than those who have put 600 hours into Farm Simulator? Yeah. Who better, please stop pressing A. Who better to lead the Air Force than those who have a realistic flight stick controller at their gamer stations? Who better to manage diplomacy than those who have diffused an argument in the voice chat? Who better to lead a green economy than those who have built their own gaming PC and didn't forget to put cooling fans in? Who better to manage race relations in this country than, okay, maybe a gamer isn't the best for that, but I will find someone who is. Who better to repair our infrastructure than those who had the longest road card in Settlers of Catan? Who better to manage the moral compass of our nation than those who have never gotten the bad ending in a game? Who better to be president of these United States of America than a gamer? Thank you. Did you get all that? Good, then here is your first quest. Collect 5 boar tusks and put me in the White House. Thank you. Thank you. We will now take some questions.
Yeah, if you guys could form a line, we're going to take questions and do Q&A. Great, everyone just file up. Get in the line. 6:40, 8:40. It's 20 minutes.
The thing I love about gamers is they're great at waiting in queues.
Yes. How many people here have tried to play Diablo before? Great.
I've tried.
Okay, so why don't you say your name, where you're from, and what your question is?
All right. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Future President. I'm Eli. I'm from DC.
Great.
And I hope to see you there soon. And
Thank you.
You mentioned that there'd be 20% more fighter passes, but are you at all worried that they might just be more Fire Emblem characters?
So this is a really interesting question. You know, I think that we all have different preferences on who we'd like to see in Super Smash Brothers, Waluigi. But I think it's important to note that nobody was really asking for more Fire Emblem characters, just like recently in the Democratic primary, there was a new character introduced that was Michael Bloomberg, and it was like nobody was asking for that. So, yeah.
The thing about Michael Bloomberg especially, and we have vowed for a long time to never do the debates until they switch from time to stock.
Right.
And recently, they did change the rules for the last 2 debates to get Michael Bloomberg in. They changed it to coin.
Yeah.
And this is unacceptable.
Here's the thing.
Who
one
plays
thing
coin?
I'll add on top of that is you should not. We can all agree you should not be able to pay to play, right? No pay to play. The only thing that any presidential candidate, including Mike Bloomberg, should be able to buy is new skins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on top of that, further, another key goal of our campaign is to end the special interest lobbying system of the Smash Bros. DLC industrial complex. You know, it's clearly, you know, there's advocates working behind the scenes to advocate for Fire Emblem characters, and we need to curtail that kind of influence and end the corruption in Masahiro Sakurai and his workers.
Right. Masahiro Sakurai shouldn't be hit by lobbyists to get Fire Emblem into the game.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you
it's an excellent question. I do share those concerns. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Watkins. My
Hello.
name is Kobe, and I'm from Rhode Island.
Hey, Kobe.
I was wondering if, in recent years, we've seen controversies with loot boxes, pay-to-win mechanics, gotcha mechanics. I was wondering, would you enact legislation banning all loot boxes, gotcha mechanics, and any kind of pay-to-win system?
I can unequivocally say pay to win is unacceptable. We do have a policy about lobbyists with our campaign. If anyone brings money into the campaign, they cannot change any of our policy platforms, so you don't have to worry about that position ever changing. They might be able to change like the color of my hair or like give me a new suit.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Watkins. I'm Colin. I'm from Virginia.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Colin.
Colin, yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I have a question in regards to the current issue that's coming across the PC Nation. We have seen recent efforts trying to close the gap between console and PC, allowing crossplay, yet we're seeing multiple storefronts becoming divisive, splitting PC gamer bases into Steam versus Epic. What are your stance on that?
Well, I do approve of Epic Games stores giving away free games. I think that is noble. Splitting up the player base is not something that I ever want to see. That's what democracy is really all about. We want as much participation in the same pool as possible. But you know, it is a private marketplace, and competition will eventually win out. So we have to look at some sort of governmental solution, perhaps create a public utility of a gaming network that everyone can play on. Perhaps the providers can hook into that. We do have a plan for universal broadband so that nobody has lag. I want to eliminate lag in this country.
Ultimately, I mean, to sum everything up, gaming's a human right. And no matter what, yeah.
Exactly.
And no one else has said it.
No one else has said that. Also, shit posting is a human right.
Also true. Also true.
Hi, my name is Jay Young. I'm from Texas, and I just want to ask. I'm a student. I go to DeVry Gaming College, and I was wondering if you would cancel all student debt. I've racked up about $30 million in debt myself, so like, can I ask
As
for
we
your
all
donations?
have.
Yeah. Well, we've promised to cancel both student debt and Tom Nook debt. So.
Thank you. Thank you. You are my
Yes.
commander and master chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Tom.
I suffer from a degenerative condition where my humanity leaks out of a hole in my back. It's an existential nightmare. I can literally not remember where I woke up this morning. It might have been because of the hangover, but what I'm saying is, what does the Ace Watkins platform plan to do for us hollow Americans?
That's a great question. There's many knights that have fought on the front lines against the Radiants, and that is important to protect them and take care of them.
What is this a reference to?
I think he's saying
What is it?
Dark Souls.
Dark
Oh,
Souls.
Dark Souls.
I was.
We know
have
it.
a different Souls-like. I apologize.
It's okay. I feel
In general, we have to take care of people who have fought on behalf of. So now we're talking about.
No one's recording this, right?
Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. How many is it down to 40 million?
I think this is a healthcare issue, right? Mental health, whole and back health, all the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think that we stand by our healthcare policies. We mentioned Grand Theft Auto. We also have Stardew Valley, or same as Stardew Valley.
We'll also increase funding
Pokemon.
for additional campfires across the country.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kyle from also Pennsylvania. Don't know what that's
great.
about. So my question
Big
is,
state.
Actually, fun,
No, it's not.
fun fact about Pennsylvania, Metroidvanias were actually named, Pennsylvania was named for Metroidvanias.
Right.
That's right.
as a Pennsylvanian, that's correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my question is, once you're president, how do you plan on nerfing billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, Tom Nook, who have worked their way
the big
into our
three.
political system and tried to buy people, tried to stop unions? How are you going to nerf them? Because
Right.
they've got loot from millions and millions and millions of
Absolutely.
Americans that have just been trying to work their life.
Right. Well, let me just tell you about the general idea. We've said they're OP, they need to be nerfed. And this is because they're playing with a Pro controller while everybody else is playing with a sideways Joy-Con. So we need to give the other players the Pro controller, and they are going to have to sit out a few rounds. And then they can get back in. They can have the Joy-Con, but they can't have the little bumpers.
We've also promised, I think part of the issue is that Jeff Bezos has kept avoiding taxes. And if we can just increase his hurt box by about 85%.
Right.
And people have corrected us and said it's a hit box, not if you want to hurt him, okay?
Right.
Look it up.
Yeah.
We're going to increase his hurt box by 85% so we can stop dodging all the taxes.
Yeah, he's a notorious tax dodger, and he's also, not only that, but he's also dodge rolling away from tax investigators, and we need to put a stop to that as well.
Yeah, he's just hanging out on the ledge, okay? Going up and down, staying invincible, and that's not okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. My name is Jill Stingray, and I'm from Glitch City.
Thank you.
So I work at a bar. It's called VA11HALLA, but that's a mouthful, so...
Might be hard for people to find it.
So we tend to
Yeah.
call it Valhalla.
Right.
And I spend my days mixing drinks and changing lives.
Okay.
But the thing is that unfortunately our bar is at risk of closure, and my boss, Dana, who's the best boss, by the way, I have a poster of her in my room because
Shouts
she's so
out.
great. So she's doing everything she can to keep the bar open, but unfortunately it's closing. So how are you going to make sure that I can continue to mix drinks and change lives?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of everyday Americans have very complicated lore with,
That's incredibly true.
We hear stories like this every day, millions of different stories, and there's certainly an ending to each of those stories that has yet to unfold, and
Right.
we may be involved in some of those stories.
Sometimes we need to edit the Wikipedia pages to
Right.
make the endings a little bit better for ourselves.
Yeah.
That's right. That's also what
or
fan
just-
fiction is for.
Or just check them out to know how to get to the ending in general. So I'm sorry that we hadn't prepared something for your personal lore,
The specific bar one.
but we will. We will.
Yeah.
We'll find
We
an
will.
answer for Valhalla.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. We should, this is a note for the four of us. We've done like 3 or 4 of these now, and we got a lot to go. There's 10 minutes, so we should go faster.
Yeah.
We should speed run it.
Hi.
It's a gaming term. Sorry. continue.
Gaming.
Wait, Jeremy, can you explain to
So video games
everyone
are,
what speed runs? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Laura. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm asking what a lot of other gamers in the room are asking. When will you release your Steam library?
Hey, it's a fair question, and it's very important. So we have a lot of games. A lot of games.
It's just too long.
You wouldn't believe how many games we have.
It's like, how do you even screenshot that?
So many
Thank you so much for
pages.
your question.
Oh,
It's so
yeah,
many
we have to keep going.
More answers
We have
for you
10
soon.
minutes
We
left, so
have to
thank you
keep going.
so much.
Thank you.
It's on.
Thank you very much.
If we could just move to the next person.
Thank you so much for your
Great.
thoughtful
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
question.
Hi, my name is Juan. I'm from New York, and
Great.
I don't like EA,
Okay.
and
Same.
but I love Star Wars. For the first 100 days that you're in office, would you put an executive order to make EA give up the gaming license to Star Wars?
So an EO targeted at EA. Can I commit to that in the first 100 days?
First of all, I just want to say great wordplay.
Has to
That
be
was
100 days.
unappreciated. EO.
Well
EA,
done,
love
sir.
it. Big fan.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Ash doesn't like it. What a surprise. I would say that in general, copyright law and license law extends too far. I would love to see a Mickey Mouse game not made by Disney. We'll see if that ends up happening. Can I commit to it in the first 100 days? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Just so everyone knows, I just quick saved right before that, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. It's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Watkins. My name is Will, and I'm from here in Massachusetts.
Hey, Will.
And my question is, one of the most important issues for many gamer Americans, including myself, is which candidate can beat Donald Trump. So what is your strategy to beat a candidate who is using an action replay to hack the election?
I mean, it's very important, and that, to be clear, is a very serious allegation. You know, I am not a fan of Donald Trump. I'm running against him because I think I'd be a better president. I do want to say we need to have faith in our electoral system. So I will not be cheating. I never have cheated, and I always win.
I'm just gonna jump in here and say, who better to hack the mainframe than a gamer?
No, we said we're
We
not
just said we're
hacking.
not.
We're specifically
we
not
literally
going to
just
do that.
said it. We're
I
not
rest my
gonna hack.
case.
Thank you for resting your case.
Yeah, I think that's true. We don't like hackers.
Yeah,
we're
we
anti-hacker.
don't like. We're anti-hacking, and we're certainly anti-hacking. You know, if you want to use like a Game Genie at home, that's your business. But if Valve Anti-Cheat gets you, then you deserve that ban.
Yeah, many online services do have anti-cheat measures. We need to install a similar measure in our electoral process. So
And
that
we will not use them.
And this is not a metaphor for mass incarceration.
Thank you.
no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Miles Literal. Now, I'm from Shadow Moses Island.
Okay.
And it's widely
Another
known.
American with very complicated lore, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yeah,
Yes.
no, absolutely.
Yes.
Like,
And
you
that
know, so,
is
like,
you.
I signed up like to join Foxhound because I was trying to get like a college education and all that,
Sure.
and like I was promised that as part of like just the Foxhound severance package. Now, obviously, when you had an invisible ninja and a man named after an animal come into this base and blow it up, you know, us genome soldiers, we really suffered. You know, we were just on the streets. I'm sure you've seen them outside of PAX, all collected.
Yeah.
Just like I
So,
said, we hear these stories every day.
Yeah,
hear them
so,
a lot.
Almost word for word.
To get to the point, because this lore is extremely complicated,
Oh, I know,
will you grant amnesty to the genome soldiers that were abandoned by the U.S. government after the Shadow Moses incident?
Okay.
First of all,
now,
easy question.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And we want to respect your personal lore, but we should note that canonically, as far as the public is concerned, the Shadow Moses Island incident never happened.
No, absolutely.
So that's just first on the
So
record.
wait, what you're saying is this never happened?
I'm saying I don't want to conflict with this gentleman's story, but I'm just saying.
Well, that solves it, right?
I
Okay,
think that
great.
solves it.
Yeah, okay, great,
I think that
thanks.
solves it.
Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi, Ace. John from Massachusetts.
Hey, John.
If given the opportunity to change the national anthem,
Okay.
which song would you pick to replace it?
you know, we've talked about this a lot. You actually probably wouldn't believe how much we've talked about this. I initially brought up the Halo screen.
We could all sing it if we wanted
Can't
to.
keep singing because we are on Twitch.
That's right. That is true.
We'll get struck. We have one at the top here. An 8-bit version of "Hail to the Chief" is you know, it's not even a different song. It's just a more modern retelling.
More accurate retelling, I would say.
Yeah, to adapt "Hail to the Chief" with chiptune would be the most emblematic of our cause.
I think also we said at some point that we wanted to just have the me channel like menu, like the.
Yeah.
And then we were like, you know what? Forget the national anthem. Just have it playing all the time.
I think that may be a radical stance, but the me's seem to like it, and I think that regular Americans.
And what is a
do.
me if not us?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, that's been the goal the whole time.
The national song.
Thank you
That
for your
music.
question.
Thank you so much.
Bernie Sanders, real quick. Bernie Sanders message, not me, us. Ours is yes, me, MII, also us. Both. Get them both in
Also,
there.
our other one is not solo squad.
Yeah.
But none of them. He ripped us off actually. So.
Yeah.
I'm Alec. I am from Dirty Jersey.
All right.
Great.
I'm also part Florida man. You know, best of both worlds.
Great.
Okay.
I just want to say, Ash, your presentation has really made me question my sexuality.
And we love to see that. We do.
Yes.
We love to see that. I think if anyone who is not questioning their sexuality, not just after this presentation, but all the time, you're wrong.
We got 3.
So we really hit the intended effect with that presentation on security.
All right, Ace.
That was what we were going for.
All right, here's my question, Mr. Ace Watkins.
Thank you.
So, according to your own statistics, Bernie Sanders is in the lead, and there are a few other people are up there.
Sure.
I just want to know what your plan, a more general plan to blue shell the competition.
Right. Well, so generally, we are in this to win this.
Yeah.
We do want to win the election. Now, yes, you may be saying we're not on any ballots at all.
You deserve to be, though.
Thank you.
But we do expect to win 100% of the vote going forward.
Yeah.
Yes, we do need to blue shell the competition. Here's the thing. We're in last, so we get the best items.
Right. That was the point of that graphic I displayed earlier, was to demonstrate that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how. Also, just side note, that is the economy that I want to design. Just like we said, let's harken back to the billionaires and OP need to be nerfed. Just give them bananas, banana peel only. That's all they get. It's annoying if all you're getting is bananas, so that will happen.
Yeah, I mean, the Democratic Party has kind of identified that Bernie still somehow has 3 stocks, and they've tried to coalesce to defeat him.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of bullshit. But you know, we'll work we'll do our best to get that blue shell.
I'm usually
maybe get a bullet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like when someone has all their stocks and someone goes, "He's got all his stocks."
Oh, look at him! He's got all his stocks.
Everybody gang up on him.
Just play the game.
Just play it.
And since
It's a free for all, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
The only other thing to note is that even though Ace is in last place and he will probably acquire a blue shell eventually, one strategy we've considered is to hold on to that blue shell until we're in first place and never use it, but just let everybody know that we have it, which is a very effective strategy historically.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Future President.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm Jack from here in Massachusetts.
Thank you, Jack.
Now, my question is about national and digital security. So, Ash, this is for you. So,
I'm
I'm
ready.
not sure that's true.
That's
Yes, it's true.
about Bowser. Does Bowsette factor into that hotness factor?
I'm sorry, say that again. Bowsette?
Does Bowsette factor into that?
That he's a taken man? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean.
I believe the question was about Bowsette. Is that right?
Bowsette.
Oh, that Bowsette
Yeah.
is also hot? Yeah, of course she's hot. What are you talking about? Yeah, she's also probably way freakier than him, but like.
All right, we
She
got time
doesn't
for
have- she doesn't-
one more question.
Okay.
We have one more question.
We have time for one more question after this. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I also want to point out really quick, we do have a podcast called the Ace Watkins Presidential Hour. If you email us at ace@thehardtimes.net, we will answer all these questions on our podcast.
Yeah.
And it comes out every Thursday. So you can do that, and we will answer all of them.
All right. Thank
And
you.
now our final question. Hello.
Final question.
My name's Eddie. I'm from Boston.
Hey, Eddie.
Great.
and-
That's where we are.
Yep. So, as you know, a lot of gamers are also very fond of anime.
Right, it's
So,
true.
will you have weeaboo representation in
Yes.
your cabinet?
We have promised to nationalize Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll subscription for everything.
Thank you so much, Boston. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, you guys.